All right, this is for people who fear Satan and the devil and all this, right? So, the devil is just the illusion, right? Like in Hinduism, it's called Maya, the illusion, right? Or Mara in Buddhism is, tries to hinder the path to enlightenment, right? And all that is the reality of separation, the conscious force that tries to keep you in this separate state from God, right? Now, if you realize that oneness is the state of God, you'll understand that separation is what we deem as the devil. It's not a bearded man and a goblin. That's just how symbols personified in some cultures, right? But people that are like fearing the devil, it really just shows that you're fearing that which is in yourself. You wouldn't be afraid if you were full of light. You'd be like, whatever, all this stuff going on, right? So understand this, that though the perspective that went away from the whole to create all of this realm of separation, understand that, yeah, on its own accord, it thinks it did its own thing, to learn, to know itself, to see what it was beyond its source, which is like impossible, and that's why we're in this predicament. But understand that in the greatest perspective, God, the source, the supreme reality as a whole, it already knew this was all going to happen, and it directed the symphony, right? It knew Satan was going to do that, right? And Satan is just a part of the test, right? It's not like on his own accord, he's got to have like the will to do it, right? Right? Just like when a human gets like the desire to have sex, right? You might think it's you who wants that, but no, it's just a program that was installed so that you can propagate the species, right? So Satan similarly believes on its own accord that it wants to keep everything separate, but really that's just a program that was installed by the supreme reality as a test for all of the perspectives here, right? All the souls need to be faced with the illusion, with the great opposer of the oneness, right? And it may take several lifetimes, oftentimes it does, to overcome this illusion because it's so strong, People get so identified with the world of separation, right? But understand that it's not this evil thing that everybody needs to be afraid of. Once you see it for what it is, you see it that it's just a vital part in this school, this earth school, right? This is an area where we come to learn how to transcend duality in the duality, right? If we can understand oneness while in the duality, we got the principle, right? And that's the whole purpose of this, right? It's a big game. It's like, think of like you're playing a video game and there's this evil boss that you're fighting, right? The characters in the video game are afraid of this boss, right? But you think they would be afraid if they realized they were just in a video game and ultimately it was all just a bunch of ones and zeros and programs? I'm not saying we're in a computer simulation, but I want to... Some people go saying that. That's not what I'm saying. But, like, to show that there is more than the game and the screen that they're in. They don't even know that they're in the game and the screen, being observed by higher beings, which is us. They don't know any of that, so it's like it's very real for them. But, like, if they knew that was just a simulation, a program, it wouldn't be as serious. And like once you realize that, I'm not saying you're not going to be tempted by that opposer. You're still in duality. Of course you're going to be tempted still. But it just depends on your level of consciousness and if you're able to stay aware of that and transcend the temptations and the illusions that Satan or the world of separation tries to bestow on you, right? But at a certain point, it's going to all make sense, and these things aren't going to become as crazy anymore. Like Carl Jung says, when the unconscious becomes conscious, you can change your fate, essentially. Like, we'll call it fate when we're doing this unconscious behavior, right? We're like, why is this happening to me? Not realizing that all is God, and we are the source of our own bliss and the source of our own suffering, right? So, yeah, there's a little bit of knowledge dropped on Satan for you.